TopLobsta Productions.
Neph to America is recorded in front of a live studio audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Neph to America, your
crack-
cultural commentaries for the end of days.
The crack smoking did make me stumble a
I
bit.
stumbled.
I'm not gonna lie.
Shout out to whoever stumbled because of our crack smoking intro. I am David Lee Corbo, aka The Raven. That is TopLobsta, the father of disinformation. And
We're back.
we are at war with Iran. And I want to say before we get started, God bless Israel.
Yes.
Very
yes.
important to get that out of the way.
We can't anger any more of our friends. God bless Israel.
God bless Israel. And, you know, if I have to die so that they may live, so be it. That's fine. Patreon.com, guys, /Nephilim Death Squad. That's where you want to go. If you want to support the show, you'll gain access to unedited versions, an ad-free listening experience. What other things? I don't know. Dibs to tickets to Promethean Grove. One of these fucking things you're going to get.
This is the wrong
That's
one.
not the right one, dude. Hey, Timothy Alberino, what's going on? Is he supporting the war?
Of course he is. Well, let's Patreon. Support us, though.
Support us, dude. Also, you'll get discount codes off of merchandise from TopLobsta.com. I pulled that one kind of fast. Do you have that one up?
I got that.
Oh, there we go. Check it out. Grandma Maxing, Dan Bongino's giant fucking head. The egg. I was gonna wear that shirt today.
It's crazy. I got a lot of these shirts. I keep wearing old ones. Like, you can't even buy this one anymore.
Oh, you're doing some throwbacks, some classics.
Yeah.
I like that one.
No, we don't do any more throwbacks. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Oh, I just got a message from my wife. Is it say your son has diarrhea? I'm gonna start making his lunches, dude. My son. Every time we ask him like, "What are you eating at lunch?" He's like, "Gory slop."
He's eating diarrhea.
Every time I ask him, he's like, "It's just it's just trash." They give us, I think, gummies and like pastries, and I'm like, "Where's is there protein or whatever?" And
Where's
he's
the
like,
fake pizza?
Sometimes they get pizza. I don't know. It's upsetting. And then he keeps getting tummy aches, and he doesn't know why.
The fake pizza with the pepperoni that's like a cup and there's like oil in it.
I like that one. Yeah, that one clogs the arteries, the espresso lane to a heart attack at 10 years old.
10 years old.
So we've had an interesting turn of events. Last night was a blood moon.
Well, God bless Israel. Let's talk about this real quick.
God bless Israel.
Our favorite person, Shmimity Alberino.
Yeah, what is he saying here? Looks like the doomers were wrong again.
This is a cat turd quote.
Okay.
You know cat turd?
Yeah,
the retarded
actually,
boomer in Florida.
You know what? When I got on Twitter, is it 3 years ago now? 2.5 years ago, I muted him.
He followed me.
Really?
He unfollowed me, of course.
Oh, why? Why would he?
I don't know why he followed me at all. And then I don't know. I mean, I can guess why.
I probably have a
reason why he unfollowed me, because he probably saw what I was talking about.
Probably saw the things you said.
Yeah, so the horrific, truthful things.
Unlike the big black twins. What are their names?
Hodge twins.
Hodge twins. How cool is that? That is pretty cool. I like those guys.
They all live in my sugar walls. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. I don't know what that is.
Excuse me.
But I muted that guy really early, and I think that was a wise decision. Him and Ian Miles Chong. I also muted that guy very early in my Twitter experience. And I think it has saved me,
seconds of mental torture.
I would say liters.
Leaders,
because you would measure mental torture in a liquid.
That is true.
Yeah, so fluid ounces, liters of just going what the fuck at bad takes. You know, I actually saw him recently. Ian Miles Chong. He was responding to somebody where he said, this person accused him of being associated with Ghislaine Maxwell, to which Ian responded, "At least she actually considers me worth hanging out with. You would never be able to hang out with."
What?
And I go, wow.
Yeah, what an interesting admission.
I mean, it was a wild.
So the thing about Ian versus Cat Turd, and I don't know who I respect less. Ian doesn't believe anything he says. It's all for money.
Yeah, he's actually like in Indonesia, correct?
Yeah, he's just a fat Indonesian slob that's saying stuff for money. Cat Turd is about it.
You think so?
Yeah, he believes it's just the boomer mindset, the spiritual disposition of the boomer.
The fascinating mind of the boomer. Yeah,
that's actually what got me the follow from
the Hodge twins. I saw that. Yeah, you were saying it's got nothing to do with age.
It's a spiritual disposition. Yeah, I think I'm correct there. He believes it, and it's funny. I like watching somebody go. He's like, man, Trump is a president of peace. We never go to war in Iran, and then we go to war in Iran, and he goes, hell yeah, war in Iran.
That's wild.
And you gotta go. Respect.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Well, actually, I don't know who I respect more. Ian Miles Chong for openly psyoping the American public from Indonesia, where he steers to some degree culture and politics here in the States.
He's probably super rich over there.
Yeah, I would say so. A dollar goes a long way in Indonesia.
Shithole
countries. Yeah. So I like that. I like that you would just set out to do that. You go, you know what? Fuck America.
Yeah.
I'm a fat shit in Indonesia. I'm going to spend a lot of my time. It's probably his career. I imagine he gets paid enough because Indonesia and the exchange rate and all that. Just steering the culture of a country that I hate.
Yeah.
And then you have Cat Turd who actually believes. It's hard because I kind of pity Cat Turd.
Oh, pity's an interesting. Why?
Well, because to be so to have such scales over your eyes is, I mean, it's a spiritual disposition. It's a bit of a curse, isn't it?
It's blissful.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Oh, you think he's in bliss? Because it seems like a lot of people don't like him.
Look at this place. Look at the villages.
Oh yeah, touche.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't like boomers.
Are you feeling blissful?
I am.
When you see America going to war on behalf of Israel, you feel blissful about it?
Yeah.
For different reasons.
I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know. I'm not very in touch with my feelings, I find these days. And I wake up this morning after the blood moon ritual, and I find that there's a ton of stuff going on in the way of obviously the war with Iran, but also the Clintons and their deposition having to do with the Epstein files, and then even more on the alien front. And I don't know. I don't think that I'm numb to it all, but I think that I've been this way for a long time. I'm just very comfortable with like, this is the world. And it is what it is. Let's see. Trump on the New York Post here. Maybe we'll bring this one up. This is a good starter. Says, hold on. I did that prematurely. I don't have shit pulled up. There it is. Okay. So this is from the New York Post. Trump says U.S. strike on Iran are about to kick into an even higher gear. Quote, the big one is coming. The big one, the biggest one is coming.
I do like this as well.
It's going to be very big.
Where Trump goes, they want to talk, but the time for talk is over. We're just going to kill them. We're going to bomb them. I get it. And you know what? Part of me understands, because they have been trying to talk to Iran and get rid of whatever their nuclear bomb systems, and they haven't gotten anywhere.
Just no.
I get it. I also don't think that they have a right to tell them that they can't have nuclear bombs at this point, because Israel has 500 of them and other countries have, and I'm just kind of like, okay, everyone has these if they even exist.
Right. That's true. Yeah, I saw Owen, beating that drum again, and I think correctly so. Big bombs.
Nobody's dropped a nuke yet.
Seems unlikely. How long has it been? When was the first nuclear bomb developed? I mean, you have the whole Hiroshima thing, which big bomb, very likely could just be a big bomb. I do find it fascinating because maybe there is a transcendent level of bomb that turns your populace into effeminate cat boys.
That's true.
Right? Does it, like, if you have a grenade and it blows up near you, do you develop gay proclivities? And then if you were to create a much larger grenade, could you, create a catboy phenomenon in an entire
created
nation?
A trustful society. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, you might say they were very distrustful afterwards of outsiders. But I just wonder, is there something to the whole radiation thing? Maybe it's not that it renders the place inhabitable. because that's clearly not the case, right? You look at like Hiroshima or whatever, and Nagasaki. I'm really just saying Japanese names that I don't know. I don't really know.
I don't know.
Chernobyl. Chernobyl's a much better.
Yeah, that's a great Japanese country.
And and they have deer and shit. You know what I mean? Like there's not monstrosity deer with like 2 heads. Seems like wildlife is flourishing in Chernobyl, where supposedly was not supposed to be. It's going to be thousands of years.
I think the fallout to nuclear bombs has been greatly overstated, and I don't
Seems
even know
to be the case.
The size of it as well. Like I don't know. We have big bombs.
Yeah,
I guess. So the big one is coming, is what Trump said.
The big one is coming. I have this here. We'll breeze through this New York Post article really quick. Trump on Monday vowed to step up strikes on Iran, warning the big one is coming. The president also told the Post that he won't shy away from sending American ground troops into Islamic Republic if necessary, though he did not believe that it would be needed. I remember seeing something on that where he basically was like, we're going to fuck them up so bad. There's going to be no reason to deploy ground troops.
Well, if they do, there's going to be a lot of our people dead. Because if you look at a terrain map of Iran, it's exactly like Afghanistan, but I think it's something.
I thought we did well in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
wasn't it the mountainous terrain really worked to our advantage?
We got fucked up out there.
Oh,
yeah. It's 5 times larger, so it's not a good look. I hope we don't do that. We actually have Dave Benner coming on tomorrow. I know you're not familiar with Dave Benner. I'll pull up his socials here so you can see him. He's a guy that I know from the libertarian days that is like an activist. Like I said libertarian days, and Dave just
I was like, wow.
I know.
The light just came out of me. Yeah.
This is not going to be one that you're going to like, but this is one that we have to do.
Not going to like it.
I'm sorry. Dave Benner. Yeah, I know. Look, he's flinching at him.
Oh, boy.
So
the Liberty Vault.
Yeah.
And it's a vault full of liberty.
Yeah, he's great on foreign policy.
Okay.
So I invited him on like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, hey, let's talk about this Israel-Iran thing and the things going down. It just so happens that there would be war. But
things got a little bit escalated since
he's doing well. And I mean, listen, he's one of the best guys, one of the best voices on this right now. So like that's his YouTube page. You got 376,000 followers.
All right, so he must be saying something that's resonating with people.
No, he's the real deal when it comes to this stuff. I enjoy him.
I look forward to disappointing him with my lack of understanding anything geopolitical whatsoever.
I've already gave him the rundown. I said, listen,
my co-host is retarded and believes in spirits.
It's not that you're retarded and believe in spirits, and that's fine. But I was like, we focus on conspiracy, so we don't usually get into the foreign policy.
Yeah.
But this is necessary, I think, to bring to the audience.
Okay. I mean, the timing makes a lot of sense, considering war.
Timing is perfect. I mean, I didn't expect them to go to war with...
That happens pretty often where we're like, we'll have somebody on to talk about something. It'll get scheduled out some distance. Austin Picard is a great example. It's like every time we have Austin on, some big revelation happens with Epstein.
Yeah.
And it's like, we scheduled this like a month ago.
Well, if only I would have thought it through. I mean, that it would be the 3rd day of war on a blood moon that eclipses at 3:33 a.m.
On the 3rd day of the month, on the third
first day
of
the Purim, which is the celebration of the Jews tricking. That's another interesting one.
What is that? They were tricking what? God?
So Esther was married to, I think she's married to Haman, King Haman, and he didn't know she was a Jew, and she convinces him not to do a genocide against Jews, and he's the bad guy, and Mordecai is like their savior in a sense. It's an interesting book because God's not mentioned one time.
Oh, that's fascinating.
I think the Song of Solomon, God isn't mentioned, but there's praises that are obviously directed at God. And the Jewish people say, well, you know what, dude, it's making me stumble a little bit thinking about it, but
like the crack.
Like, why is it like the crack? But why is that even in the Bible? And they go, oh, it's to display the hidden hand of God, that he's so powerful that we don't even have to mention him. And I was like, not even a little mention. And then this holiday, then when you look at the holiday of Purim, they celebrated it back there.
That's right. Yeah, they did.
But we look at it and how they celebrated Jews, it's almost like Halloween.
Do they dress up like demons?
Yes.
Oh.
They actually do.
I thought I was being silly.
No, you're not being silly. So they dress up like demons, and then some people make excuses about that, and they say, oh, it's to portray Haman because he was demonic, because he wanted to get the Jews out.
So you got to portray him?
I really wonder why he wanted them out.
Well, I mean, isn't there other books in the Bible that you would... I don't know, dress up like the characters from?
They dress up as a lot of things. So superheroes, but like I think as the time goes on, it's become more secular and like free flowing. But a lot of people have historically dressed. I mean, Rabbi Shmuley is dressed up as a demon for Purim a couple of years ago.
Oh, I think I remember that famous picture of him looking horrifying.
Yeah. So that was like, I mean, well, it wasn't a demon. He was dressed up as a stereotypical Jew. But they do, this one here. We'll pull this up real quick.
Oh, it's not nice. Atma says, it's not dressing as demons, it's removing the human disguise. That's not nice.
No.
Atma, why would you say that?
But so the idea of Purim is to like disguise yourself in a way. It's a very strange holiday when you read. This is what he dressed up as.
That's cool. He looks like the what do you call that thing from Japanese lore?
Yeah.
The Tanaki, I don't know what the hell it's called. It's the red mask. It's actually an emoji, interestingly enough. But it's a demon. It's a demon from Japanese lore, and it looks just like Rabbi Shmuley.
Is that the demon with the box on its head?
And it's got it's got the big nose and yep. Tengu. Thank you, Atma.
The Tengu, yeah.
The Tengu.
And I hate to like really harp on the J stuff, but I feel like again, like
well, right now we're serving as the attack dog of Israel.
Yeah, so I feel like that's fair.
There's no other way to put that, really.
No.
You know, we actually have. I don't know if I still have it. It was interesting. It was from Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, I think I sent you a couple of clips as well. You could probably play them because it's not going to play audio from my computer. But yeah, it's the first clip is Marco Rubio saying, "Yeah, we're doing." Oh, and the second clip is Mike Johnson saying that, "Yeah, this is a defensive measure if Israel fired upon Iran and took action against Iran to take out the missiles, then we would have immediately retaliate."
So well, I'm going to read this real quick. This is Benjamin Netanyahu, February 28th. This is the day that we first struck Iran. And he goes, good week, my brothers and sisters, citizens of Israel. This is for anybody who thinks that this isn't the case of like being basically an attack dog or this having anything to do with Israel. This morning, Israel and the United States set out on a joint operation to remove the existential threat to Israel from Ayatollah's regime in Iran. I don't really have to read any further, but he makes this big announcement. So not only is it a joint operation, but it's a joint operation to what? Remove the existential threat. The threat to who? Israel. Mm-hmm. So there is a threat to Israel, and we are.
That's always been. I think we'll find out from Dave Benner, but that's always been the agreement, and I think it makes sense because it's one of those like dead man switches where if Israel goes to war with Iran is going to start bombing their allies. Like they're bombing the UAE and other places that. So I get it. It makes sense. So America is now forced. Like Marco Rubio doesn't say it, but like our hand is forced into war because Israel has done a thing, even though Trump has told them many times, like, and this is dating back last year and even further back. He's like, don't do that. I don't know if you remember a bunch of times. He's like, don't bomb them. And then they bomb them. At Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, that's right. Bohemian Grove. Yeah.
He's like, don't bomb them. And then they bombed them. And Iran, the sand people that they are, had the wherewithal to not strike back or not escalate to a certain point.
But now that ship is sailed. And in a pretty magnificent way. I've seen people say... I'm
supposed to just ignore it. Like, we're supposed to ignore that this is not happening.
Right.
It's bizarre.
I saw... What's this guy's name? Andrew Tate. And he's going around and he's saying, I don't know how real this is, but I saw clips and I didn't vet it because I don't do that. And Andrew Tate is saying, there's no war here. I'm in... And I think he said he was in Iran. And he's like, everything's fine. Like, don't believe what you see. And then what I see is like, it's raining missiles.
Well,
like Tel Aviv looks like it gets peppered up with all. Yeah. I don't know what's fucking real anymore, dog. Like I really don't. I don't know. There's no way. Like I saw 2 points of view on a particular strike that made me feel like that one was real. There's a tower in, I believe, Iran, and they, somebody is up on the umpteenth floor, and above them a missile hits, and you can see the explosion, and then you get it from a different view, somebody on the street, and you see it strike. Even when I saw it strike, I was like, that looks kind of fake. But like, so I don't know what the hell's going on. I want to go through this real quick just to see if he says anything with some weight about what this big one will be. Donald Trump talking about striking Iran. So we already talked about that he's not going to shy away from sending troops. He doesn't think it's necessary. He pledged to continue the U.S. campaign against the Islamist regime until it is completely defanged, despite the cost. He previously suggested it could last 4 weeks. Oh, yeah, 4 weeks. 2 weeks to slow the curve and 4 weeks to stop the war. So
Netanyahu actually admitted, he's like, it could be over soon, but it's going to take years, is what he said. So maybe the initial strikes are a couple of weeks, but it's going to take years to result. When you regime change, Like, this is an entire country. Like, you think you're gonna run through this thing in 2 weeks? This place is huge.
Yeah.
We were in Afghanistan for 20 years.
Right.
And it's a fifth of the size.
It's going to be another fucking forever war.
Can you understand my frustration with the entire
No, I
thing?
get it. Of course, yeah. Of course, I get it. So far, 6 U.S. service members have been killed, but that was earlier. I think it's now up to, I saw you say 20 earlier. I don't know.
The last I read was 21, that's like in response to Timothy Schipperino, where you're like, listen, dude, the doomers were wrong again.
I still don't understand. Like, what is he trying to say?
The doomers are people like me who go like
we shouldn't go to war.
This is the impotence of the beginning of the argument this weekend, where I'm like, hey, this is war. Like, the actions that have been taken here, you can't go back.
Sure.
Especially once you kill the president of another country.
That's kind of a.
Even if, like, I bring this example up, if they killed Joe Biden, like if a foreign country killed Joe Biden, I'd be kind of upset because I'm like,
I guess we got to go to war now.
Yeah, that's my fake president.
Yeah, how dare you?
How dare you, right?
That's my Dana Carvey in a rubber mask, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's my 7 foot tall Jim Carrey. How dare you?
By the way, on the Jim Carrey thing, we talked about it in the previous show.
Fake news. Oh, is it fake news?
Well, it's not necessarily fake news. We were correct. So a lot of people.
I heard. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So I could have sworn I saw a video of him being like, do I have your attention now? And then it said something about 2027 as if a film was coming out. Anyway, so for the people that are listening, so you understand what we're talking about, Jim Carrey obviously going viral for not looking an ounce like Jim Carrey or sounding like Jim Carrey or behaving like Jim Carrey. And to which we speculated on this very show that likely what was happening was this is somebody in prosthetics. There you go. Makeup artist reveals he impersonated Jim Carrey in Paris. But I don't think that's the end of it. I think there's more.
Well, Jim Carrey came out and said that was him.
Really?
Yeah, it's so crazy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but he came out and said that was him, but it doesn't look like him.
No, it doesn't look. It's the wrong eye color.
Different. Everything is no. But I'm saying, like, I saw a video where Jim Carrey is talking, so I'm imagining that this is likely the one where he says that wasn't him, or that was him, but it doesn't look like he did on the carpet.
You know what it reminds me of? The episode of The Confessionals with that guy that got raped by Jesus. You remember this? Ooh, that's a tough sentence to say.
That was a heavy,
for no reason at all. He just goes, he's like, you know what, dude? He's like, I was hanging out.
Just for the love of the game.
Yeah, just blapped out.
God, man. Oh, my God.
Let me see if I can find this, because it was actually
he says that Jim Carrey is possessed by a very particular demon.
Well, yeah, he said when he's hanging out with this Antichrist figure, as David would say, he feels like Jim Carrey. Like, he has all the mannerisms and like you kind of want to be around him. Let me see if I can find that, because that was a fascinating.
The last that I saw of this Jim Carrey debacle, I was under the impression it was a promo for a movie that's going to come out in 2027. Jim Carrey says in this video, do I have your attention now? And so, but I get, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong about being right about being wrong.
Can you pull this up? I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just think it's kind of fascinating that this happened only a couple of weeks after. It's also interesting. I mean, Tony's kind of been on it.
You sent the demonic hiss too.
I did, yes.
Yeah. All right, let's share this tab and let's go. What'd you say about Tony? Tony's been over the what now?
Tony's been on like over the mark. So he records his episodes like 6 months in advance.
Very wild in that regard.
Yes. I mean, Nathaniel Gillis released today, and that pertains to all the aliens or demon stuff. And that kind of is like hitting its stride now.
He didn't realize 6 months ago that this was going to be going hyper viral.
No offense to Tony, he's got no fucking idea about.
He's just moving.
He's got no idea really about the geopolitics of things, or even the culture. He's just moving and doing and recording.
I was listening to. He did say that he had an insider coming to him saying that there was going to be about a time frame where this shit was going to pop off. He did, and the numbers that he was talking about when disclosure was supposed to happen, like July 8th, was mentioned by his insiders. He said it wasn't like secret information at all.
But how does it make sense then? That let me see which episode this was, that because this is the only show that I listen to, guys. Just heads
same.
up.
That's not even shade to other shows. It's just like I don't have a lot of time.
Dog.
I listen while I'm at the gym, so it takes me a long time to finish one episode because they're 2 hours, and I'm not at the gym for fucking 2 hours.
It might have been a members episode, but he interviewed the Prince of Persia members episode 12 days ago.
Yeah,
this guy Ali Sayadatin.
Oh, I honestly think I skipped that one because I couldn't stand that guy's voice.
Yeah, it sucked. That guy was just a mouthpiece for Israel. But
that's what it sounded like. Yeah.
He was like,
he also sounded like a whiny Jew.
He's an Iranian that found Jesus and now he's kind of like this like messianic Jew in a way.
Yeah, something close to it though, because it wasn't quite messianic Jew, but he did use the term messianic. Yeah.
Now this episode was quite short, and I don't know, like again, I don't want to speak for Tony. I don't know his feelings about what happened here, but like it was an hour 20, which is kind of unusual unless I don't know, if you see a Rogan episode
short.
under 3, you're like, well, this guy might have sucked a little bit.
Yeah. Honestly, I think if you had me on a show for 3 hours, it would fucking suck. I don't know that I could keep a conversation going for 3 hours.
But with some of these shows, like an hour and a half to 2 hours is going to be like Gillis got over 2 hours. So you're like, all right, he's bringing gravy.
Yep.
This dude did an hour 20, and then that's like ads and shit like that he's running. But half of the episode was a plea for basically like painting Israel as the good guys, and a plea for Israel to go to war with Iran.
Wow.
It was crazy. And I was getting frustrated listening to it because I come from a background where like I know about this stuff, and I'm like, this guy's lying.
Tony's the type of guy. So I actually reached out to him after one episode. I'm not going to out the episode or out the guest or anything, but I hit him up and I was like, that guy was saying some shit, man, that was a little bit off kilter. And he was like, yeah, man, I know. He's like, you get this kind of a thing where people come on the show and you think it's going to go one way. They start saying some shit, and it's just like, just let them go. The audience will see it. They'll know what
exactly, and that's exactly what we do.
Yep.
So this is not shade towards Tony, but I'm just saying like the release of this episode, because it's like it's filmed sequentially months ago, comes out. So this is a week. It'll be about a week before war happens in Iran. This episode, like almost a week to the day that is released, and the guy, I'm just like, man, on it,
crazy
on it. But the Jim Carrey thing, this comes out a couple of months ago.
Okay,
let's play that. Yeah.
This is a fucking 2-3 minute clip, but maybe
we'll play some of it.
These were men being possessed.
It doesn't say.
Ryan
having sex with women, birthing demons through that intercourse. I believe that is happening on a scale of like Petri dish scale. I believe there's deep occults in this nation, secret occult, that are birthing the most beautiful actors, that are coming together and birthing Nephilim. It's all completely planned. These, like, some of our favorite actors, dude, we are falling to sleep to the voices of demons. Like, these are demons. And even if they're not a Nephilim, they're very demonically possessed men. So when we're watching movies and we love this favorite actor or that one, and you're falling asleep to it, that's your comfort. Maybe we can start to see how deeply involved we are. And God said, don't do it. We're going to see someday that America was the most disgusting, submerged nation that taught the world how to sin. We taught the world how to have sex with demons. We taught the world how to have sex. We taught the world the moans, the disgusting noises. We taught the world how to glorify demons through our favorite actors, our politicians, our musicians. These people are either Nephilim or they're very possessed. Yeah, actually, Jim Carrey is one.
Jim Carrey?
I know that hurts people. They're going to laugh. They're like, oh, you lost me. You lost me, dude.
Crazy,
I'm changing
right?
the channel. The Antichrist spirit I hung out with was literally the character of Jim Carrey. Like the funny, the laughing.
My cousin would.
I was going to say.
My wife. No. My cousin, big fan of Jim Carrey.
I like Jim. Who doesn't like Jim Carrey?
No, I know. You know what's interesting is I don't think a lot of it fucking translates. You know what I mean? Like if you try to watch his physical comedy now, it didn't age well. But like,
I just want to shout this guy out because he does pretty cool work. White coats.
Insane testimony. Absolutely insane testimony.
Black by Jesus.
Black by Jesus. I don't think he would like that phrasing.
No.
But yeah. So it's fascinating because that guy, it doesn't age well. It almost is like we were under a spell. And the reason I say that is because it's so cringe now that the spell has receded that like I almost can't understand how he gripped the world for like a 10-year stint.
It's the same character. You know what? But I do like him in like the Grinch, but I think he plays those kind of characters well.
The Grinch is fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious. Like, oh, he's eating an onion and shit. But he's weird.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for people to like that.
Yeah.
I guess I like it because.
Remember the baby Grinch? When he gets like the flashback and he's like a little baby. That's the funniest shit in the world.
That whole movie.
So stupid. It's so funny.
But it's disgusting when you watch it. It's a Tim Burton film and it has it is like layers of creepy.
It is.
But he does it well.
Tim Burton's a guy that like, I don't know what the fuck is going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
Oh,
Grinch
that's
is-
interesting. Goes on watching said the mask is kind of obvious.
Yeah, that's
right?
a fun one, right?
I mean, well, that's what he's doing. He is wearing, and he's even done interviews that like more or less the message was nobody knows who I actually am.
Yeah,
Because the dude that I present to you is a total fucking fabrication.
that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because who the fuck is acting like that? But you know, that's a fascinating thing, right? It's like what's the guy, Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, damn, dude, your entire claim to fame is pretending to be a motherfucker permanently.
You're not him.
That you're not. At least the actor gets to switch up the role a little bit. Like, unlike Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is switching up the role, but he's still doing the same physical comedy.
Yeah.
But you're playing the same exact character as Larry the Cable Guy.
He would be exhausting to be around.
Jim
Jim
Carrey?
Carrey?
I'd be
Yeah.
like, dude, can you fucking stop, man? Can you stop doing the thing with the faces?
Just like do like weird arm
Just
shit and just
like,
run away.
oh,
You're
God,
like,
can't
"Dude,
stop, man.
We're having a business meeting, Jim. Can you-"
Can you fucking cut it out? Yeah, I don't like that. Here, let me see. I want to try to bring up. This is interesting because you did put this in, and I think I want people to hear this. This is a really weird moment.
Oh, I kind of wanted to talk about this also because of what happened.
Yeah, yeah. Yesterday was I can't zoom in. That sucks. Oh well, whatever. It's fine. So, well, first I'm going to play this, and we'll let people hear it, and that way the chat can kind of comment on it as we go forward. But this is a weird moment yesterday from the Heidi Love conversation. Here, I'll just let it play. Now that's a very
state.
what you've kind of done, Heidi, is you've pointed and you've identified an enemy.
Right.
Woo! Man,
Replay it.
let's replay that.
This is at 7 minutes and 7 seconds of the original recording.
By the way, I heard this.
I didn't hear it.
I heard it in real time. I tried not to stumble. I tried to just keep going. I didn't hear it to this length.
Mhm.
I heard a very obvious audio anomaly.
We were having audio issues with
We were having.
Heidi. We were having every kind of issue that you can have.
I mean, we'll talk about it after this. Let me just let this play. Kind of done, Heidi, is you've pointed and you've identified an enemy.
Right.
One more time, because that is
Oh, wait,
fucking.
wait.
To me, that sounds like. It sounds like a woman.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like it's
Somebody
got a
did
voice.
say that it sounds. Well, I'll look up on my comments, but go ahead.
That's
In
a very
the state.
What you've kind of done, Heidi, is you've pointed and you've identified an enemy.
Right.
And then, of
As
course, you
you're-
can hear her speak right afterwards, and it's a total departure from the noise that you heard.
Well, take a look through those comments there, and you'll be able to see. I'll go ahead. Somebody did say that I think that's a feminine. That they've heard something like that, and it's a feminine voice. Yeah. So Unbroken one said definitely is. I've heard similar before. This one sounds sounds female.
Yeah. So yesterday was an interesting day because we're coming up on this blood moon. It falls on this, date of we played it at the 33-minute mark. It falls on this date.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
Wait
yeah.
up. We got to get out of here.
Fucking shit. Oh yeah, that's right. These poor people, guys. We don't want the poor people's opinions on what just happened. You guys got to go.
You can go to patreon.com/FM Death Squad. Join the page. You can join for free.
You can join for free.
7
Yeah.
days.
And we got so much content that we're cranking out regularly that we get a lot of glowing endorsements. Patreon is well worth the free because there's just so much content coming through there. So see ya, poor people. So okay, yesterday, blood moon, which I'm not saying that I don't put any what would you call it, significance necessarily on that, because I don't put my faith in astrological alignments or numerology. That being said, there are plenty of people who do.
Mhm.
And many of those people seek to do their, let's just say, witchcraft or pagan worship or rituals or ceremony on those days of full moons. And particularly this one would be, a special one. It's a special one. It's a really good time to do your shit. So I kind of want to point out a couple of things that I didn't talk about on the show. Yesterday morning, well, it was early in the morning, but it was still dark out. I woke up. It's going to sound pretty gay, but we're going to talk about it. Go ahead. You can hit the button. There it goes. This is just the fact of what happened. I had a dream where I was.
I didn't know it was a dream.
It was a dream. Yep. I had a dream that I was looking at some aspect of my childhood,
Mhm.
and I was trying to talk to my mother about it, and it was I was weeping. I was sobbing like a bitch in my dream. When I woke up, I almost wanted to vomit.
Oh,
Like, you ever been, like, as a child crying so hard that
Yeah.
you almost throw up?
yeah.
I woke up like that. And I went back to sleep and everything was all good. That morning, I'm getting ready to come and do the show, and I'm shaving, and my hand towel that's off to my left, out of reach, like, does a big swing and then swings back and forth in the air. And I look at this thing and I'm staring at it, and I've got this buzzer in my hand, and I'm watching this thing sway, and it's so obvious. I mean, I'm watching it sway back and forth for seconds afterwards, it's swinging. It's so bizarre to me that I don't know what to, I just kind of freeze and I'm looking at it. And then I go to my AC to see, like, is my AC on? Like, did the air from the vent? AC's off. So only after I confirm that do I go to my wife and I go, the hand towel in the bathroom just started swinging. And she's like, what the fuck? And I go, yeah, dude, I don't know. And I go back to finish buzzing. All of a sudden she comes in the room and she goes, the lights in the bedroom are flickering. And I go, that's weird. Then we come in here and, like, we have a shit ton of, and I know you attributed to just, like, being unprepared, but it's like all sorts of issues as we're going to start this show with Heidi, to the extent where, like, it almost for a moment feels like we're not going to be able to do this show.
Mhm.
There was, like, some mic shit. We just couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. It was driving us nuts. We do the show. There's that noise artifact. And as we're talking to her in the post, your laptop randomly dies. And you go, I didn't even get a notification that said low battery.
Yeah.
And it just turns off and kicks us out of the conversation with Heidi. Then we go and do an episode with Nathaniel Gillis, which, if you're watching that, we basically have to wrap it up because he goes into a coughing fit.
Yeah, it was actually really crazy. I reached out to him to see if he's okay. He's doing fine, but there was a point where he drank water and he starts choking.
Yeah.
And I'm watching him choke and his eyes are watered.
Yeah.
And he's trying to do his best to.
He starts wrapping up the show. Like, he starts being like, I don't know if after this you guys want to bring it in for a landing, and then he says his piece. And I go, oh, he's like hinting that's how bad it is. We got to wrap this up. And he does that like 2 to 3 times.
I feel bad because we kept him for like 20 minutes.
I know. But it was like, it was such a.
He was struggling.
He was struggling. And then he even said to us on Instagram, he's like, I've never had that happen before.
Yeah.
And we didn't say like, oh, it's, witchcraft or any of that shit. We just said like, yeah, man, it's all good. But he was like apologetic because it was so abnormal.
I felt so bad because I'm like, it's like you're on a roller coaster and we're doing this thing.
And he wants to get off mid-ride.
And I'm like, dog, the ride's going to go now because we've already kind of done a thing.
Yeah, we got to go a couple more loop-de-loops, my boy, and it's going to fuck you up.
I seen one guy get out of a podcast like that. He had a seizure and did a whole backflip. I told you about that. Yeah.
Who the hell was that?
He was a dick.
He deserved it.
I don't remember his name. Some libertarian guy.
I kind of do remember something like that. But yeah, and then like we had it was just
this guy I drew. I'm sorry, I drew him. Because I used to do the artwork for Josh Smith, and he came on Josh Smith's show after he had the seizure, and like I was like real sympathetic. But I drew him, and he gave me a picture, and I drew, and he's like, got my mustache wrong. So I was like, oh, I'll fix it. So I fixed the mustache, and he goes, the hair, and I'm like, I'll fix the hair. And then the guy just like was being so gay, and I was like, you probably deserve that stroke. Yeah.
That's fucking the retribution, dog.
Yeah.
But after all this, we end up having like just like business struggles.
A seizure.
No,
Sorry.
it wasn't Toad. It's a libertarian guy who had but yeah. So we end up having fucking like business struggles where like we just can't come to agreements, and it's really like actually very stressful, super stressful situation. And
my kid dropped his toy in the toilet. Oh, this is another thing. Yeah, I get home. The whole day was a fucking stressful disaster.
Yeah.
From before to getting here, setting everything up. Afterward, my son spent probably 4 hours on the toilet bowl because I said, I'm not going to break here.
Yeah.
He dropped a little toy, tiny little toy he doesn't even like, in the toilet bowl, all the way the deepest part, filled with shit.
Yeah.
Calls me in. I need that. I'm like, first off, if I even get that for you, you're not playing with it.
Oh yeah.
That's number one. This thing's filled with shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, you got to get it. And I'm like, I'm not getting it. I said, if you want it, you can reach.
You could go in there and get it.
hand
Yeah, it's your
into
turns.
Your shit.
Yeah.
You won't do it.
Yeah.
Dog,
Is it small enough to flush it?
Oh, it was tiny. It was
I fucking sent that son of a bitch.
We did.
Okay, yeah.
But whatever. The entire night.
The land of the goldfish.
The entire.
It's got buddies
there's a
down
tiny
there.
bluey toy in my septic tank
Yeah,
somewhere.
riding the back of a goldfish. Yeah.
Yo, the entire night ruined. The whole day. I was just like, okay, because it's a full moon. That makes sense. And that's actually common. When there's a full moon,
motherfuckers go wonky.
Yeah, because the parasites in your body are like attracted to this full moon. They start to come to the surface. But I think when there's a blood moon, there's probably more.
Well, so my thinking is that, and I'm not worried about it. It doesn't stress me out in iota. But there are people who, when you're engaged in spiritual warfare, I've talked about this before. It's like you don't play with God, and that's where what we're doing here is we're making a podcast that's about God. It's about the truth
in a very abstract way.
Well, it's not even really abstract. I mean, if you want to say it in an abstract way, Jesus Christ is the truth, the way, and the life. And we have a podcast that's about the truth. Well, then it's a podcast about Jesus Christ, right? So in that way, you make a lot of enemies. Mm-hmm. If you want to just make a podcast about comedy, you'll make less enemies. You can make fun of people and make less enemies. But I think if you're making a podcast that's about God and the truth, you're going to make a lot of enemies. And those enemies are a very specific disposition, and that disposition is demonic.
Well,
and
that's what Gillis was talking about on Merkel and on our show.
Yeah.
He has received attack, and I kind of got to thinking about that because you were like, oh, this is spiritual, and I'm like, not everything's spiritual. I'll look at it that way, but first we have to deal with the things that actually. So what happened here? We had a lot of issues. Something happened. I unplugged stuff. Something was unplugged.
There's always a reason.
This thing doesn't really work. That's a fine. It's from China.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get it. We get the reason. So there's like technical issues. There's bad testing. Understandable.
Right.
Not understandable.
What's done, Heidi, is you.
I
didn't put that on there.
So,
I was going to put this one more time. Like, let's just fucking one more time for the audience.
Yeah.
Now that's a very
state.
What you've kind of done, Heidi, is you've pointed and you've identified an enemy. I mean,
okay,
so, that is fucking weird, man.
I work in the technical field, so I'll tell you what that is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like hand wave it away, but who was I talking to here? Somebody was asking me what I think it was. Farm and Faith on Twitter.
Oh, shout out Farm and
Faith.
Faith.
What the fuck was that? And I said, it's likely RF interference. It's happened before with Brandon Kroll. You remember that?
I remember that. I think it also happened with Brian of Demon Racers.
Yeah, I said maybe one other time. Yeah, so I think Brian, but it's definitely happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's rare, but it happens. What is it? It's RF interference, so radio frequencies. And somebody goes, oh, what do you got in your office? And I'm like, well, we got a fucking phone right here.
We got a million things in here.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. I'm getting
even
cooked.
outside the office, there's a million people walking around with cell phones and all kinds of shit in their hands. Yeah.
Okay, so we have narrowed it down, and not to be like this is a materialist view and it's a completely physical. So it's for the spiritual realm. No, but there are reasons.
Sure.
This is emitting an RF signal for sure.
I got mine right here.
Yeah, this picks up RF signals. This picks up Bluetooth. The other one picks up Bluetooth. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of wires.
A lot of wires.
There can be interference, and that was interference.
Sure.
The real question is, what the fuck was interfering though? Because it's coming through. Something is interfering with our signal. And then it sounds like somebody sighing and then whispering something.
Yeah, that's the thing. It sounds like I don't think it's so like to me. My impression was it sounds like some bitch casting a spell. That's what it sounded like to me.
I don't know. It just sounds like there was something. But I can explain the how. We can explain the how.
Sure.
I told Farm and Faith. What is it though? I don't know. Something happened here. The next episode we do, which is 30 minutes after Heidi left, because we go boom back to back.
Yeah.
This guy, after about an hour and
20
or something, he takes a sip of water and just starts choking.
And then it's literally us dragging him.
If
he's doing a great job, but we're forcing him along for 40 minutes, dude. 40 minutes.
And I could see him he thinks he got it, and then his
it
eyes
just comes
tearing
back.
up, it comes back, it chokes him up, and I was like, dude,
I felt bad, man.
But it's like this doesn't make any sense.
No.
But he was also telling us about phenomenon about a guy picked up against the wall.
Yeah.
You can't see anything until something manifests. Is like, I really wonder.
I reached out to our boy, Dave, and I asked him to pray. because I felt like it certainly couldn't help, but I felt like there was just a compiling of anecdotal things. When you put them together, they paint a weird picture. And once that happened, I was like, okay, I'm going to pray about this. And then I reached out to Dave because I think that there's really something special there. And he did the same thing. And ultimately, it doesn't matter because, even thinking about that like Psalm 91 thing, right? It keeps on coming up over and over again.
Can you say Psalm 91, church?
Church, can you say Psalm
Turn
91?
to your neighbor and say Psalm 91.
By the way, I felt bad because I didn't show up to church last week.
Bitch.
But I was having a conversation. I'm talking to you and your wife, and we're joking around because, we're talking about the missions at church, and we're talking about how I don't like the way certain things happen. I get upset when you tell me to repeat after me.
I get it. And honestly, it's wearing on me too.
Yeah, dude. But what did I say? I said, if there isn't a sermon on Psalm 91 this coming weekend, then I'm out. And I said it kind of jokingly, but the reason that I said it was because Psalm 91 kept coming up super often to the point where it seemed very clear to me that the Lord wanted me to read and understand Psalm 91. Okay, yeah, here we go. Now you got to remove that. And then, so this is what happened while I decided to not be there.
Yeah. I hope they can hear it.
Say of the Lord.
You can send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Hopefully this is at 40 minutes. You might have to rewind it.
Is it 40 minutes? Because
did you find it when I
found it immediately, oddly enough.
Yeah.
I did one scrub and landed right on it and was like, what the
check your Twitter.
Fuck, man. So yeah, like I said, if they didn't do a thing on Psalm 91, then I wasn't gonna fucking show up ever again. Jokingly. Jokingly. But yeah, here you go.
Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Hold on, I want to go back
probably a couple of seconds before.
To read
Pastor Rick crushing.
Always.
Come on, church, give the Lord a great praise. Come on.
Hold on, wait, let it buffer a little bit. These white bitches singing some songs. It's fucking. I don't mean to call them bitches. They're lovely women. Let it buffer for a second because it's getting all fucking. See if it plays on this 1600. I don't know what that means. Maybe I should take the quality down 1720. Nah, that's fine. We'll leave it. All right.
Yeah, play it so people hear it. It's kind of crazy.
Him a great praise. Hallelujah.
Damn, we having internet issues.
How many of you can take?
I think it's gonna work.
You're gonna have to take our word.
You just got to take our word for it. This motherfucker read Psalm 91. All right, that was basically it, and I went shit.
And then we prayed for Israel.
And then you prayed for Israel, right?
Shit.
Well, then you got to pray for Israel. I saw somebody pray recently. They said, I pray that Israel realizes that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And I was like, amen. That's it. Over and over again. Stop. I pray that Israel stops using us as an attack dog. And they realize that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, and they stop dragging us into these wars.
Still reserved, so he don't believe us.
Damn,
that's
it's
fine.
still reserved.
Damn, I don't believe us.
Hey, that's
either.
a good call, though, honestly.
Yeah. You could just be making shit up.
That's a mark of wisdom. So, I mean, yeah, it's been an interesting few days. And then, of course, we wake up and talking about the importance of Psalm 91. What a cook service. That's not nice. Not Pastor Rick, he crushes. Pastor Mark, maybe. So
stop it.
Well, we wake up today and Psalm 91 rings even truer, I would say, than before, because unless it's AI, things have gotten fucking wildly out of control. I don't know if we have any videos of the destruction. I don't know if we want to do that, if we want to put that kind of stuff out there.
I don't know. It's a lot of it's misdirection. A lot of it's not true.
Well, maybe what we should do then is let's move on to something a little bit more.
I just do want to say this. I'm not going to play any of the videos, but we'll just pull this up so that people could see it. Really drive home the point of what's happening here. Here we go.
Oh,
Mike Johnson. He's talking about a defensive measure if Israel fired on Iran, then they would have immediately retaliated against the U.S. and personal assets. That all that means is if Iran attacked, we have to attack. I mean, if Israel attacked Iran, we also have to attack.
Yeah.
And I get it. That's actually what correct. Yeah, because we are so tied, we're cleaved to Israel that deeply.
Yeah.
We'll go up here. They're gonna see that I'm in a bunch of racist group chats. That's fine.
A bunch of racist
And another one of Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
Here he is saying,
oh, shout out to Vengeance, by the way.
Vengeance rules.
Yeah, he does.
The president made a wise decision. We knew that there was going to be an Israeli action, and we knew that would precipitate an attack against American forces. So basically what it's saying is, yes, we knew if Israel did this thing, then we are dragged into this war.
Sure.
I get it. I still think you could just be like, there's got to be some way to just be like, hey, listen, you're on your own. But no, there's not, because there's something called the Samson option. So you're not on your own.
Right.
Therefore, it's like misleading when you say, oh, we're Israel's attack dog. It's like not a kind of, but not really. That's not the exact situation.
I think it used to be much more of that situation in like a 9/11 type of deal, because they didn't have the power, and they, in a lot of ways, they still don't, to be able to take out their enemies the way that they want them to. So they have been using us as a hammer, for some time. But yeah, I mean, it's a hammer that's like mutually tied into, in a way that seems to be pretty inseparable.
Tied in by blackmail. I've been trying to like express this to people, and they're like, blackmail? What do you mean blackmail? I was like, well, I can't really explain the actions of our leaders otherwise, because none of this really we don't have to go to war with Iran if we're not cleaved so tightly to Israel. And the reason we're cleaved so tightly is because of money exchanging hands. People are brought off. I mean, that the money part's very obvious. We can look at AIPAC and the donations, and it's like hundreds of thousands to millions, hundreds of millions in some cases, to certain politicians who do run the political affairs and the foreign affairs of our country.
Right.
So it's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. What doesn't make a lot of sense is why they're still doing this, because it's money, and you could kind of just like be like, no.
Well, a theory as to the why could be because of this. People are really waking up to the idea that there is a fabricated fulfillment of prophecy. This is something that we talk about a lot on the show. And then we follow up the question typically with, or follow up that statement typically with the question, if it is a man-made prophecy, is it still the fulfillment of prophecy? There are a lot of things that are very obvious about it, like how dare you think that you could force the hand of God? That kind of stuff aside, it's like, well, do it work then?
It gets into the idea of the Collins elite, right? Because we had some dope come on here and try to frame them as Zionists who were bringing about the end times, but
no, they were Zionists that were trying to stop it by protecting people from the knowledge that this was demonic, and also cautioning us against interacting with it, so that
somebody told us the narrative that they were doing it to push about the end times. But I'm like, no, that's what you're saying is correct. What they are saying is a fabrication and a lie to push an agenda, because they know where I stand on things. But yesterday, Nathaniel Gillis said that Chuck Missler was involved with.
That's a fascinating statement. We didn't get into it because we were just kind of, churning and burning, but very fascinating thing to say.
Yeah. So I'm like, Chuck Missler, this is a guy who knows his shit. And again, a lot of these guys are still kind of like back in the day, they're still kind of Zionist in a way, but not as bloodthirsty as you'd have now. Like now is a completely different breed. So I have to look at that now and go, all right, the Collins elite is getting pretty good guidance from these people who know stuff. Right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're saying if somebody is of the correct influence, like Missler was in there,
and he's letting them know the nature of these things.
Yeah. Seems like they probably got the nature of these things correct.
Well, at least to our understanding.
Yeah. Well, here, this actually kind of goes in lockstep with that, with the fulfillment of prophecy and all of that. A different angle or a different lens through which to look at this Iran versus Israel situation is the lens that the Bledsoes are using. And I have to say it once again, as much as I do believe they're being deceived,
they're getting a lot of stuff right.
Well, not even just that, they both seem like really good guys.
Yeah.
Ryan Bledsoe seems like a good dude who loves the Lord. I don't think that means you can't be deceived. I think, maybe if there's something really crazy, like a generational iniquity or something like that wrapped up, and this thing's really got you in its talons, meaning the lady, then you could still be deceived. And I think Chris Bledsoe also seems like a really good guy. And so I actually, I know I keep saying this, I'm going to say it again, have a great deal of empathy for these two individuals. And also they're on their shit in a lot of ways. And especially right now, this is their season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They are in their season right now. So,
well, hey, man, you get blapped up by the lady a bunch of times.
She might tell you a thing or two.
Some airtime.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So here, let's the title of this video here. Number one, Ryan Bledsoe says, "How did we know?" ? And he's talking about Iran versus Israel. And you can see here on the video, it says the Iran trigger theory countdown to Easter 2026, which is I believe the astrological alignment of the star Regulus, in alignment with the Sphinx. And this is supposed to be a big moment for, I believe, specifically information.
April 5th.
April 5th, motherfucker. So let's put this on real quick.
UFO experiencer Chris Bledsoe.
Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. There's like such a latency for whatever reason between my laptop and what's happening on the screen.
So said publicly in 2023 that when the United States attacks Iran and that conflict explodes, it would trigger a chain of events leading to full alien disclosure before Easter 2026. He says a radiant feminine being he calls the Lady began appearing to him years ago and told him that this specific conflict would mark the beginning of a profound shift in human consciousness, a moment when hidden knowledge about extraterrestrial life would no longer remain buried, and governments would be forced to reveal what they have known. Bledsoe has described the Lady as connected to ancient symbolism and divine feminine imagery, telling him the war would be the spark that exposes deeper cosmic truths to the world, all pointing toward a timeline that culminates around Easter of 2026. This comes less than 2 weeks after Trump called on the Department of Defense to
just pause it for a second to let it catch up there. But I just feel compelled to say, like, brothers and sisters, we are fucking at the cusp of something, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it feels like, man. And I hate to be that faggot that says, something is coming, especially in a realm in which nothing ever happens. But man, I mean, so many things pointed at this. It's not just this Lady character. There's so many things that pointed at, the war with Iran and Israel. Just a quick example would be Cliff High's work. Iran, Israel, UFO disclosure, much of what he was talking about, that's what it has to do with. And that all gets kicked off with the Trump and Joe Rogan podcast. That's what it all ultimately leads to. He called it the melee, which is more of a way of describing chaos throughout these political systems and governmental systems and things of that. But it would include, alien disclosure effectively, and it would also include war with Iran and Israel that went to some sort of a nuclear exchange of sorts. Well, he said it would be a nuclear fallout from a nuclear facility. But who the hell knows? So many things. We talked recently on an episode, all these new age thought leaders pointing at this time they didn't point at this time for like nuclear destruction. They pointed at this time for the introduction of these entities. And so what's really obvious to me is that whatever's coming, it is going to be a massive deception about these things. And it fucking really does look like it's coming.
Are we supposed to talk against it? Or like, I feel like, I don't know. A lot of the stuff is illogical. And we're sitting here watching it happening and like Christians are celebrating it, but with it comes great suffering. And I'm like, guys, like, I guess it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but do we have to celebrate it?
No, I mean, I would say that our job personally, if I claim that we had a job, which,
well, this is a question about Israel. This is what I'm asking as well. Like, we're watching them do this shit. And even though maybe prophecy does say that they do this.
Whatever that prophecy is, by the way, I'm not saying this is biblical prophecy. This could be a fabrication of it, but there's like a lot of prophetic word about this time from a lot of different places. Is it definitively the prophetic word of God? That seems to be up for debate, but it is the prophetic word. And does that mean it's good or not? That's a different story. of these new age thought leaders, of these fucking entities that are interacting with the Bledsoes, of, Cliff High's probability machine, all this other shit. I think what actually the answer to the whole Israel-Iran thing is like, it looks like it's not going to last very long. Like, if we watch this shit go crazy, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't be like, yo, this is gay, fuck that, like leading all the way up to it. Yeah. But it looks like it's going to be something short of a nuclear exchange that gets interrupted, because I think we have more videos where Bledsoe himself is saying, Chris Bledsoe is saying that when this exchange goes to happen, tons of orbs are going to come up out of the oceans. And you've actually sent some videos from New Jersey.
Well, let's watch. Can we watch the rest of this one?
Yeah, let's finish this. I'm mad the videos are being real rough today.
A little choppy.
Move forward with additional UAP releases, pushing alien disclosure back into the spotlight and raising questions about whether the sequence he described is starting to unfold.
Coming soon. Okay, so we ended it right there anyway. Man, I don't know what is going on with that internet. That's really, really sucking. But I do have a video that you sent me, and I believe it was of a drone incursion or an orb incursion in New Jersey. If you didn't send that one, well, okay, so we have this one right here. We'll pop this up real quick, and we don't need sound for this. But once again, Ryan Bledsoe says, coming out of the oceans, ... there will be more signs. And this comes from Patrick Jackson, whoever the hell that is, below. The Sphere Network coming online off the UK coast, performing the exact same formations as process as documented in my book. Okay, so he's an author of sorts, cutting edge UAP paranormal researcher. Combining 500 plus examples on my feed and current footage of the Middle East intercepting missiles. So intercepting missiles. The Sphere Network is now undeniable. So these entities, or these orbs, which is fascinating because we talked quite a bit with Nathaniel Gillis about this. Man, it's
internet issues.
What the fuck is going on there?
I pushed up that the New Jersey drone thing to your
okay
on your Twitter account.
This was yesterday that this happened, and we've been getting reports of these drones over the last couple of days.
And guys, if you want to keep up on the New Jersey drones, you can type in our YouTube of New Jersey drones. We did 2 episodes on it, kind of a little bit of a deep dive. That was a fun one.
That was a fascinating one. Yeah. So, okay, this one comes from Skywatch Signal, UAP watchers. It's happening again. New Jersey UFO outbreak underway. New UAP footage. After a short lull in activity, UAPs are cropping up in vast numbers all over New Jersey. Here, I'm not going to play the audio from it. I can see it's fucking choppy on the screen too. Wow. We are getting our ass beat in the way of the internet. What the fuck is going on?
Got a lot of RF interference.
What the hell, dude? Well, it's a shame too, because it's a relatively fascinating video. You could see that.
Yeah, that's a crazy looking one, right? It goes all the way down to the ground, almost like an abduction, right?
Yeah, it's got a beam of light going straight to the ground. And then it's got a secondary beam that comes off of it. I don't know if it's just reflection, almost making like a 90-degree angle with the orb itself sitting right in the corner. And every time it illuminates, you can see it illuminates a secondary object that's orbiting it. Strange, man. Very strange. I don't, this could all be bullshit, guys. We live in this age of AI. It definitely is a goy beam. Thank you, Sancho. We live in this age of AI. Any of these could be faked. Also, any of these videos, just because the people are attributing them to a certain date, making them time sensitive or time relative, doesn't mean that that's when these fucking videos came from. I could have just shown you a video from 3 years ago. We don't know. No idea. I guess there is a source here. Let's see. On a YouTube video, I'll look at the date on it. That would be the logical thing to do. 20K subscribers from 1 day ago, but this is a UAP page. This isn't like a dude who found it. So once again, that doesn't mean anything. This could just be from a long time ago. But obviously, if it is real, it's real. It's backing up the Bledsoe's prophetic word.
Yeah, I know. I'm hesitant to attribute narrative to what he's doing, because it just seems like he is just saying what he's hearing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. My take on the Bledsoes is these are not malicious dudes with a narrative. These are guys that are just reporting as they've been reported to, or the information that's been imparted upon them. And
I wonder if anyone's talked to them and tried to knock them off that trajectory and like how they'd receive it, because they don't seem like combative dudes. Like,
no,
that
they
be
seem
nasty.
like fucking good dudes, man. Like they seem like dudes who have bore witness to something remarkable, and interacted with some intelligence that is in the know, clearly.
Yeah.
And if you're of the school of thought then that this is all the manufacturing of prophecy, then that leans even more so on the idea that the lady is deceptive and that the ET phenomenon is deceptive. And that this manufacturing of prophecy is so multifaceted, from the government and the state of Israel all the way to the spiritual realm, which of course, why wouldn't it be? And that this includes, the UAP phenomenon. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy because remember when I said that we wouldn't see the Epstein files until it was utilized as a plot device for the next part of the script?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's a crazy plot. And it's kind of funny too, because as all this is happening, Thomas Massey's still tweeting. He's like, yeah, this is not going to make the Epstein files go away. And in a sense, he's right. Some people will remember, but I'm ready to just look at other stuff at this point. I know it sounds crazy.
No, I don't think that's crazy at all.
Because I'm like, all right, Epstein files is out. We know, we've been saying it for a while.
And we have some of that shit. I mean, it's only the hour mark. We're going to get into it. We have the deposition of the Clintons, and there's a lot of fascinating footage coming out of that. But man, it really does feel like, number one, the Epstein files is kind of the normie aspect of the layer of conspiracy.
Yeah.
While the more schizophrenic of us are looking elsewhere to, the lady and shit like that. But it's all connected. It's all part of the same operation. It's the apocalypse, right? It's the great unveiling. That's what apocalypse means, is like to reveal or to unveil. And so that's going to be a multi-pronged Operation Apocalypse. And it's going to include some shit for the ground level normies, which is the Epstein files. They didn't want to accept that. Now they're accepting that. They're enamored with that, which, like, yeah, have a look, have a gander. But for us, we long ago came to the conclusion that this is more so, we struggle against powers and principalities, not flesh and blood. And so what are the powers and principalities and things in the spiritual realm? It's this shit.
They're moving.
Yeah, they're moving.
I got this pulled up because, this is just a little fun one, but the powers and principalities are moving everywhere
I've liked
we go.
this. Yeah, this is
Shia LaBeouf has kind of always been a real ass dude.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
We drove him a little crazy with the, what was that? Like, just he will not replace us.
He will not divide us.
He will not divide us.
Yeah, that shit was so funny, dude. And they like triangulated his location with Will Smith's kid and shit. Yeah, that was gay.
Yeah.
Very funny though.
But real ass dude. And he's having this. I'm not even gonna play the video, the audio, but he's having this like sit down with some dude. And as a podcaster, somebody who interviews people regularly, I could tell this dude is legit. Like when he's talking to. Did you watch this interview?
I watched bits and pieces of it, and he seems like a dude who is being very genuine.
Yes, that's what I mean. And in this one, he says that he had an encounter with Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And the guy asked him, what would you do if Jesus was in the room? He's like, yeah, I kiss his feet, man. I kiss his feet. And I'm like, this dude is like the real dude. There's an idea of the drunken saint.
Oh, I saw that today. Yeah, that's a fascinating concept. And it was applied to Shai, I think.
Yeah. It's like the holy fool kind of thing.
Yep.
It comes from, it's not the same archetype, but it is a similar archetype where you have a guy who is deeply disturbed. He's got these ailments about him that he might never fix. We don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a truth that comes out of him, and there's a genuineness that comes through this guy that just oozes off of him.
I like the other Holly said he needs to get out of New Orleans. Maybe that's exactly where he needs to be. Maybe he needs to be in this place telling
go get your
homos, whatever.
Get your palm read.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But he's there and he's telling, these gay dudes to fuck off. And, he said like, it's kind of a funny interview moment.
He's a dangerous retard.
He
if
is
there ever was one. When I saw this, I was like, this dude should be sitting right here talking with us.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He's a dangerous retard. And he said in this interview, he goes, I'm scared of like big gay guys. Right. But then he says, like, you know, like when I'm standing there alone by myself and all of a sudden like these gay guys come up to me and like somebody's touching my thigh. And I'm like, well, it's kind of crazy because think about like a bunch of gay dudes out in New Orleans who are drunk and they see Shia LaBeouf and they think he's just like some Hollywood dude and they're going to go push up on him because what an opportunity to suck upon the cock of Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, give us those angels.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, exactly. And instead he goes, fuck off, homo. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Based? Hello, base department?
Hashtag me too.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if that's really what happened, like, I don't really have a single problem with it.
You got to learn to fight a little better, though, Shia, because I saw you on the ground
he got
scrambling.
waxed. Yeah, he got waxed. But he's probably a little bit drunk, too, right? So,
that's true.
You know, but I do love that he got right back out there. He got right back out there, went to the bar across the way, and then continued his shenanigans. Yeah. So here, let's this is from Gons, who he said he would like to come back on the show soon. We had a little bit of interaction. I don't know if that's going to happen now that he's seen our disgusting behavior. Shout out to Gons and Basil of Canary Cry Radio. But
now that you see who we really are. Good. I'm glad you seen it.
He says,
I'm glad you've seen us be right too.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what Professor Yang is predicting that the West is going to lose to Iran in this war. He states how the Epstein files show the West is being run by what he calls the Illuminati. This includes the Jesuits who control the Vatican.
Speaking of that, we're going to be having our boy back on soon.
Of the Illuminati?
The Jesuit dude. What's his
name?
Yeah. Get his name all the time.
John Cerrucci.
Johnny Cerrucci on Monday.
Johnny Cerrucci. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. I like Johnny. So the Frankists who control the Zionist Israel and the Freemasons who control the national security apparatus, he says that the Illuminati believe the Israel-Iran conflict is the
eschatological.
Thank you.
But this guy here, Zhang, he has this huge YouTube channel, Professor
Zhang Ding,
and he does make a lot of these predictions. I think he's a Christian, but he does use geopolitics to kind of pinpoint when and why things will happen. So
fascinating.
Yeah,
I'm mad at that. Eschatological, and that the war will bring heaven on earth for them. He's not wrong. And it's why I've been saying we live in the age of deceit. The West is being run by elite pedophile cannibals. And when Americans are told that we're fighting for freedom and that this is a God-ordained holy war, rest assured it's the Antichrist spirit behind it. Professor Zheng also said Trump will push for a third term because of the ongoing war. That's actually something that I predicted back on Dangerous Retards as well, that we would likely see, and that you might even be able to prove that there was such fuckery afoot, which apparently they have proved that the 2020 election was interfered with in some way, shape, or form. That news was breaking shortly before we got into this whole debacle.
I don't think that's the angle that they're going to take anymore. He's not going to be able to use that because that angle would have worked when he still had his voter base, and he's lost a considerable amount of his voter base that did believe that narrative. Like even what's his name? Gavin McInnes, who's like a, OG Proud Boy and one of the guys out there, MAGA for Trump. He's like, hey, like if I'm out, if they put boots on the ground, I'm out.
Right.
And that's a big deal because this dude is like he's like a rabid Zionist. Again, a lot of people are Zionists. A lot of people like Israel. A lot of Zionists out there. I still like them. I just think that they're retarded, but like he's losing support in that way. So if he's going to get a third term, it'll probably be some sort of like act of war.
Well, yeah, wartime president type shit.
Yeah.
Which still puts a little feather in the cap of the Anons of QAnon.
Yeah.
And then he goes, this checks out because Trump told evangelicals they won't ever have to vote again during this 2024 campaign. I think it's the end of America, but God's eternal kingdom will never be shaken. Stay watchful, which I think is apt. I think I actually have something else from Basil if we're going to do content from the Canary Cry gentlemen. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go.
Let's just do all their content.
Let's just do their content. I agree.
Hey, Basil. Fuck you.
Didn't mean to call you Basil.
We're taking your content. Also, why is your name Basil?
Well, it's Basil.
What is that? What kind of a name is that?
Not basil. That's a plant, a seasoning.
Yeah.
Some say.
I like him, but I just want to know.
No, yeah.
If I call you Basil, you can't be offended because it's spelled the same way.
No, he wasn't offended. He actually he just let it fly.
I couldn't tell. His eyes were all googly.
That's true too.
Head.
I didn't know if he kind of looked at you like, what the fuck did you call me that? He says, it's a Christian show. This is quote from Bill Clinton. I was much closer friends with Ghislaine Maxwell than I was with Jeffrey Epstein because she was friends with the Rothschilds.
Crazy.
And I was close to them. I don't think you're supposed to say that out loud, Bill, is what Basil says. And that's very funny. So this comes from the deposition. I don't know if we'll be able to play fucking any of this.
Are you going to play it? Let's try to play
I would
it.
like to play some of it. We'll give it a shot. Here he is. Bill Clinton, deposition on the Epstein files.
She stated that
Maybe.
President Clinton was her friend, not Epstein's friend. Is that accurate?
No, you know what? We're just not going to have any fucking content today.
Why don't
How about that?
Restart your computer.
You think that's what I should do?
Maybe. I don't know. Just throw it in the garbage.
Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I'm going to restart my computer and maybe we'll have another shot at bringing up some of this stuff. Very upsetting. Very, very upsetting. We're producing in live time, guys. So, you know,
That's actually very funny though.
what that
To not have the wherewithal to be like, is this better?
So it gets a little bit crazier too, because some of these moments in this deposition are Hillary Clinton freaking out
Yeah.
and giving physical tells in regard to frazzle drip.
Right.
So she does a little thing where they ask her about frazzle drip, the idea of wearing a little girl's face on hers.
Even before that, they asked her about the bodies of the buried Nephilim, which is funny.
And I had that too, and I would love to get to that content.
Oh boy.
If somebody could stop casting spells upon our laptops, you stupid bitches. By the way, last night as we were going through this little bit of an issue, you know,
you want to take a break?
No, I don't want to take a break. I'm a little thirsty. I get some water.
Break. Yeah,
I did notice some witches started following us last night.
Witches? Where?
On Instagram.
Which witches?
Well, there's a couple of them.
What do you mean a couple?
Couple witches on Instagram started following us last night. I
they
said,
gotta go.
Yeah, I probably should have just blocked them, huh?
How could you tell that they were witches?
Well, I had my sneaking suspicions when I looked upon their profile picture and the name.
April Dawn?
No, we got a lot of followers, interestingly enough, between now and then. But
Ghost of a glow of a ghost?
No, she's all right. I checked her. Now I got to vet these people.
We're vetting all the people?
I have to vet the people.
Hot Pilates girl?
No, I didn't click on her profile. I figured she was a whore.
A whore.
A whore.
Well, now I got to know.
No, not is it?
Is it Amy Claire? No,
No.
These are probably just good people.
One of them, you'll know when you see her. She looks goth, and then if you look into like, she's an artist, and she's making paintings with upside down crosses and all this other shit. I'm like, what makes you interested in our page? You whore.
Oh no, don't say
You
that. Don't say that. You're
whore.
gonna aggravate. I don't know how to use Instagram, guys.
You just look at it.
I'll just be real with you. I don't know what I'm doing here.
That's true. Yeah, we have a social media coordinator for that very reason. Here, I'm interested to see because we got it back. I wonder if it'll actually work now. The guy who uses all the standard toilet paper. Is he a witch? I don't know. Imagine Alberino sending witches our way.
Dude.
That'd be gay.
That'd be pretty gay. Not cool, dude.
All right, we're back in. I want to see real quick if this will work. If not, we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to get mad about it.
See these witches.
I'll pace around a little bit, and then we'll be back here. Let's share screen. Boom, boom. And what do we want? We wanted Bill Clinton's deposition. Let's do that one. Share this tab instead. Okay, great. I can see it's immediately not responding on the screen, which is fantastic.
It's fantastic.
It would just, if you could just respond on the screen, it would be great. We could do wonderful things together, you and I, laptop, if you would just be on the screen. Oh, there it goes.
Guys, we'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Until we get back, why don't you just look at our set?
Have a look at it. We'll have to edit this out. I'm standing menacingly in the shot.
All right, we can all sit down. Jesus,
The deed is done.
Did you pee right there?
No, I went and got some ice water.
All right, guys, we're back.
You guys all right?
Does our internet work?
No.
Oh, so we're still trying to find these witches. I can't find them.
Yeah.
We
You'll
don't
find
have
her.
any names.
I'll look right now.
Damn, you be paying attention to everybody that follows you on here?
No,
That's
I
crazy.
just happened to catch him. And then ever since then, I'm like looking for more. Because we just get so many women that are following us now. And I'm fucking skeptical, dude.
So many whamming.
So skeptical. There's one that I know definitively is a whore.
It's got to be this one. The glow of, oh yeah, it's this one. Glow of a ghost.
I think that's one.
Hope dealer. She's got a rainbow. Yeah.
Oh, I can't scroll anymore.
I don't know.
Okay, I got to go to our followers. How much of this are we going to edit out? I don't care. Let's
Probably none of it.
No, I got to remember to do that. Followers. Man, woman.
So what do we want? Less woman following?
I don't know. I'm just concerned.
More dudes.
I'm like, oh, here. I don't want to say her name, but Claire. Well, I said her name.
Wait, the girl we interviewed?
Hey, Millhouse, I'm wearing your shirt, dude. What's up, pimp?
That's weird.
Yeah, he gave me this shirt. He fucking crushes, dude. Yeah, go look at it. Click on our followers. Go to Claire. She's a witch.
Oh no. That's not good. What are we doing about this stuff though? Like, do we
Doesn't matter, bro. If the Lord is for us, then who can be against us?
Yeah,
What
but
is fucking?
do we have like a no witch policy or what?
I'll travel to the astral realm and pistol whipper.
Is this one here Claire Cross?
No, don't say names. Claire underscore 269.
I don't see this.
She's just scroll down a little bit. Yeah, beneath her. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm just typing the name in. Okay, whatever.
Oh,
yeah, so I probably spelled Claire wrong.
yeah, she's
That's
the one
fine.
with it's got her fucking bare tits out as well.
What?
Yeah,
On Instagram?
I'm like, because I see her, she's like covered in tattoos, and I'm like all the way up to the chin,
Mhm.
and I'm like, all right, that's I got tattoos. I'm not saying that's an immediate, but then I click on it, and I'm like, no, something's off here. And then you start looking through her artwork, and she's got like upside down crosses and shit. Yeah, I Brandon says, let us pray for the witches. I did, dude. I did. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I don't know how praying works, but
I don't know how praying works.
but I
Oh
did.
yeah. So her profile says piercer. What's
Yeah.
that mean?
Of the veil.
Uh,
I don't know.
Dark arts. Be vegan. Not a violent cunt.
Oh, I feel bad because she's friends with Kate Anti-Speciesist. That's right. That's our
Oh,
mutual
I
friend.
see. Yeah. Okay. Oh, come on.
But
That's
they're
not
just
cool.
they're just together in their veganism of not hurting animals.
Well,
which
maybe she likes the show. Maybe she's into the show.
Yeah. Well, I prayed for her, so
Oh,
don't
that's an
know.
interesting picture though.
yeah, a lot of the pictures are interesting, especially the ones where her fucking bare breasts are out.
No, the drawing of it where one face peeling off the other.
Yeah, well, if you go down, you'll find like all kinds of faces and upside down crosses and shit, and it's like, all right, man. Yeah, you see the skull with the upside down cross in the center, and
Mhm.
yeah.
She's a good artist.
Crushes, great work.
Yeah.
Put your tits away, you dumb bitch.
Don't say
I'm sorry.
that.
All right, it's just like, man, come on.
No, that's not how we treat our
Put
fans.
away your fucking tits.
That's not how we treat our
Hey.
fans, David.
Put your tits away, stupid. You
Okay,
stupid bitch.
That's a fair request.
Thank you.
Well, welcome to the squad.
Don't follow us with your tits out. Delete those pictures, and also maybe don't do the upside down cross art.
Yeah, Nancy does she has some astral work to do in our defense.
Oh yeah, is that what she is? She's our astral skinwalker.
Yeah, astral defense skinwalker.
All right. You think since she knows how to do that, she's ever like just stood in the corner of our rooms?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see if this works this time.
Explains the smell.
That is what it is. It smells like ramen noodles. Yeah, put your tits away. This isn't going to work.
She stated that President Clinton was her friend, not Epstein's friend. Is that accurate?
I'd say that it was accurate to say that I felt closer to her than to him.
And for the record, why?
Dude, I'm so devastated by this. I just wanted to have a good time with the homies and watch the deposition. And it seems that that'll never be the case. Maybe we can get into some stuff that we could read or something like that. My goodness.
Read?
Well, here's another one that's interesting. I guess we're not going to be able to talk about the deposition that much, but we're definitely not going to watch this video. You can look at this picture that kind of looks like Norm Macdonald. But this comes from Redacted News. Bombshell confession. A top neurosurgeon admits to operating on an alien.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Yeah, man. Just weird shit. They say it works on their end. Really?
Huh.
Audio works, but it didn't sound all choppy and floppy to you guys? Let me know. He claimed he was lying in the ICU and decided to come clean for future generations. Now he's testifying to Congress. The mainstream media won't touch this. So this guy was on his deathbed.
Instead of sharing the page, share your look like this. Share the entire screen. So share screen and then share the window, you know?
Okay. Hey, Nancy's here. Hey, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Wow, thank
incredible.
you, Nancy. That's very nice of you. Nancy got us a new button, the hee button. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do this. I'll share the whole screen, man, and we'll see how that shit goes. You know how that should go. So stop screen, and then share screen, and then share window. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Well,
let's
all right.
see.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's try it again.
Here we go.
This is it.
Guys, if this doesn't work,
we're ending the show. There you go. You see this guy? Let's turn this on.
Nope. Doesn't work. This is very sad. Man, I wish we had a producer here.
Bad show today, guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
We can't
Christmas.
hear
I'm
you.
doing the fucking never-ending tunnels.
What?
What do you mean?
All right, we just guessed.
Really funny. It's not true. We were just messing with you guys. What is this show? Do whatever the fuck we want.
This is the worst. This is the worst.
Man, that sucks. We were going to show you some stuff.
Hillary Clinton's sitting there during the deposition, and she gets asked about the bodied berries of the Nephilim
and the Gilgamesh.
No audio.
She doesn't. It's very interesting. So she. No audio.
Yeah, but we did that before, right? That was the joke.
Still no audio. Can you hear us?
No.
Oh, it's crazy. Cancel subscription. All right, let's refresh. I have no idea what's happening.
No.
What?
They can hear. There's like a super delay. Yeah, they can hear us now. There's a massive delay for whatever reason. Our joke, we revealed our joke.
Oh, I see.
30 seconds ago. And they're just now getting to the reveal part.
Never mind. So there's an admission there of, well, there's a bit of a true telling because that's brought out, and it's even brought up by people like Gary Wayne, which I'm like, I kind of wish he wouldn't run with that and not explain it like he did on Tinfoil Hat. It's just somebody asking in this FOIA request about the buried Nephilim.
That's a very interesting.
And the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh.
Right.
They're asking Hillary Clinton, who was I forget exactly her position. She was some sort of like ambassador or.
This is actually at the time. I think she was in the position that she was competing with JFK Jr. for, I think. Unless that was too long before that. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and so she would be privy to this information, and they asked her about it, and she kind of like laughs, and she goes, "Yeah, I think people should see this."
She says this.
Yeah, she says, "I think people should be able to see that. That like those files should be released." And I'm like, "That's really interesting."
So here, maybe I could read the.
She doesn't deny the existence of the chamber or the bodies of the buried Nephilim. She just says like, "Hey, listen, I didn't release it because I never asked that question," which is true. Somebody asked that question to her, and she says, "But I think people see it." And I'm kind of like, "Yeah."
That's interesting.
In the efforts of having.
I'm playing it just so I could try to look at
our country. Do you believe that the
subtitles
people deserve access to those topics?
Oh boy, this is horrific for us.
Man, what a fucking bummer. Yeah. What a bummer. Yeah, I was just playing it on my end so I could see the subtitles to see if I could pull anything interesting out of it. I do, subject to any national security implications, I think the information should be made available. I think it's been ordered, or at least I read that it had been ordered. Mr. Burleson, I have a few questions for you, so I'm going to begin with some of the lighthearted, different questions. Oh, that's interesting. Lighthearted, they're calling it. You're welcome to ignore them if you want. But while I have you, I just have to ask, when your husband was president, that Lawrence Rockefeller had an effort to try to disclose UFOs, UAPs. When you were running for president, John Podesta publicly stated that you would disclose these files if given the chance. Are you pleased to see that these files may be disclosed finally? And she says, I am pleased. As I say, I think they have to be carefully scrutinized. Yeah, so this is just like run-of-the-mill slop. I wish I could have pulled up the video where she was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, that's a Frazzle Drip one. Somebody just commented, Atma says, everything is lighthearted when Frazzle Drip headlines the show.
Right. Yeah, it's a great point.
And I think that was Congresswoman Luna, Representative Luna, Anna Paulina Luna, asked her about, she's like, well, there's a file in the Anthony Weiner laptop, and within it, it's, I forget the name of the file, but within that, there's another folder that says Frazzle Drip, and the look on her face goes like, she's like almost like again, but you can tell like she just wants to get out of there.
Yeah. It's interesting because I can see the chat. They're saying the clips work and we can hear them. For whatever reason, then you guys can hear them, but we can't fucking hear them.
It's probably a StreamYard issue because I've been having the same issue on Matt's show.
StreamYard, man. Like we can't, it just sounds like absolute indecipherable slop to us.
Yeah.
So very hard to comment on it if we can't even hear it. That does suck though, because I really wanted to watch that shit. Yeah, I mean, I saw that she does like a physical tell, that people who are into deciphering body language are identifying it as, a revelation of the truth of the matter, which is she did wear a little girl's skin on her face or something like that. But it's really hard to
see if I can pull this up. We'll try one time.
I would love to. Maybe even if it's low on your end, guys, can you just let us know if because even if it sounds low, it's whatever. I'd rather deal with the low than.
Here we go. We'll try it again. Boom. This could be a disaster, and it just won't play, huh? It just won't play. So,
man, we're getting blapped up.
Getting blapped up, baby.
I was never denied access because I never asked for access.
Okay. In the efforts of having a transparent government and restoring faith within our country, do you believe that the American people deserve access to those topics?
I do. Subject to any national security implications, I think the information should be made available. I think that's been ordered, or at least I read that it had been ordered.
Interesting. Were you able to hear that?
I was able to hear it. Everybody said that it was very low, but they could hear it. Man, and it's just nothing to do. We can't control. There's no like slide on here for presented shit.
Mm-hmm.
Such a StreamYard is eating ass today.
That's fine.
Yeah. So what is she saying there? She's saying that this is in particular to UFOs or UAPs. What is she talking about having not been?
That was for the bodies of the buried Nephilim.
That was for the bodies of the buried Nephilim. So she was never given access because she never requested access, and that's because it was never.
It was asked. Somebody else asked her.
Okay,
that's where that email comes from. But it's not a denial,
right?
Like,
oh yeah, it's not a denial that there are buried Nephilim,
or that they are looking for these.
She doesn't even flinch at the idea of Gilgamesh, Nephilim, or anything like that.
No, she's like, yeah, I kind of want to see it too. Like, huh?
Is it me? All right. I don't want to say hear me out.
Hear me out.
Is she looking younger?
Yeah, they got that chrome going on, baby.
Like she looks better than she has looked in a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah, she does look good, right?
What happened? Because the Hillary Clinton that I remember was a fucking creature of the night.
Well, either replaced or just like not running for president doesn't kill you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I imagine that's pretty stressful. But it's strange because no, Z-Man, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I heard.
What I'm saying is something has happened recently where people are looking at young Hillary Clinton and they're saying would.
Yeah.
And I started seeing these pictures and I was like, I've seen her young. I don't remember her being pretty. She looks like Sabrina Carpenter. Like that's who she looks like when she's young. And I don't remember that at all. Like I remember her always looking like shit, always looking like a creature. And then all of a sudden I start seeing that young, yes, he means business as young Hillary is smashable. I don't remember that until recently. It's been going viral. And now when I see her, I'm like, and also she's like kind of a pretty old lady. Huh? What the hell happened? I remember her being a crone forever, in a permanent state of crondom.
Well, let's see if we could play the Frazzle Drip one on my laptop.
I'm sorry? Oh, I thought you meant the video Frazzle Drip. I was like, you have it here? Breaking news,
You gotta
guys.
play it,
Holy
baby.
shit.
Let's watch them eat some babies. All right, let's see what happens here.
Super low.
I don't know, guys. I don't know what the hell to do.
Man, we just got fucked up. Look at it. They freak out, though.
You want me to try?
That would be great.
Would you please, Nancy?
Yeah.
Could you please? This is embarrassing.
I know, man. We got real blapped up in these last 48 or 24 hours. Close to exit full screen.
We're gonna pull the reins over to our Japanese producer. See what
Is
happens.
this is Nancy?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you can hear it.
No.
Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, they're talking. We can't hear shit.
Nope, can't hear it.
Man.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Nancy. You tried.
All three of us can't figure this out.
Can't do a show.
No, there's some issues, some tech issues. It's fine. I'd have to think of another way, like a workaround.
Yeah, we have to do like test streams soon, I think. Because we've been running into this issue for a while and it was just able to kick over to my laptop, but now my laptop won't play it. Yours won't do the noise. Little Thug Moon wants to know if Nancy will marry him.
There's chaos. Just chaos out here.
It is.
Answer the question, Nancy.
It is. Nancy, will you marry him?
Do we have any other topics to talk about here?
We do, but they all require video.
Oh.
Damn, we can't even do messages from mom.
That's right.
Oh my God. I'm so upset. I'm so deeply upset by this.
All right. Well, I guess this is a good time to call it quits here today.
It's the last episode of Nephilim Death Squad.
This is like the first time I've ended an episode dejected. And we've had some like bad episode endings.
Yeah, like the time that Matt snuffs my kid's ability to go to the charter school. That was a rough one.
That was a rough one. We had one where what's his name? The guy that said he wasn't having fun.
Oh yeah.
In a real vicious way.
By the way, I was thinking about having him back on soon, but I'm like,
he's not having fun.
He's not having fun. And I like his research, but I don't.
Yeah.
Do I want to contribute to him not having fun? I don't know.
We had on Dustin Nemo. Well, I had on Dustin Nemos by myself.
Yeah.
Had to end that one dejected. That wasn't fun.
Right.
We had on Timothy Alberino.
That wasn't fun at all.
But this is the worst.
This is worse than Alberino.
They bred with